Hey guys, Michael Kummer here. In today's video I want to introduce you to Colostrum-LD by Sovereign Laboratories, my favorite bovine colostrum supplement. Colostrum, as you might know, is the first milk that mammals produce right before giving birth, and it's loaded with essential nutrients and growth factors and antibodies that newborns need to build immunity and to thrive. I have a detailed blog post about the benefits of bovine colostrum. I have a dedicated video, so check that out. I'm going to link it down below in the description. But in today's video, I want to specifically talk about the supplement that we use at the Kummer household to improve our immunity, improve athletic performance, and leverage some of the other benefits that bovine colostrum has to offer. Now, before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel and you click on the little alert button so you get notified when I publish more videos like this. Now, if you don't have time to jump over and read my blog post or watch my other video, here are some of the top benefits of supplementing with colostrum. Number one, it has anti-aging benefits because it facilitates the growth and repair of DNA and RNA. It can improve athletic performance, and that's one of the reasons why I use bovine colostrum supplementation. It can also help with GI issues, especially if you have a leaky gut and you're trying to heal your leaky gut. So in addition to removing the factors that caused your leaky gut, like certain foods, like stress maybe, supplementing with colostrum can help tighten those, tight junctions in your gut and make your gut less permeable. So it can help in the entire process. It can also help with preventing or at least reducing the severity of flu infections. And there are many other things that colostrum can help with, and again, I've detailed all of those, including the scientific research and rationale behind them, in my blog post, so check that out. But let's talk about Colostrum-LD and what the LD in the name stands for. So Colostrum-LD is a bovine colostrum supplement that's made from pasture-raised cows that are raised here in the United States, and it's processed using a low heat method to preserve as many nutrients as possible. Now, one of the concerns that I've had myself and that I've heard from others early on was, well, if colostrum is so important for calves to stay healthy and to grow, then why are we taking it away to make a supplement out of it? And rest assured, dairy cows are bred in a way to produce significantly more colostrum and more milk than what the calf needs. And depending on how the cow is raised, the environment the cow is raised in, etc., and some other factors, you can estimate that a mother cow produces up to 4 times the amount of colostrum that the calf needs. So there's plenty to harvest after the calf has gotten its share and gotten everything the calf needs. The rest you can take away and make colostrum supplements out of it. So, there is no ethical concern with consuming bovine colostrum or purchasing it. Now, what I like about Colostrum-LD in particular is that it's from pasture-raised cows, it's from cows raised here in the United States, and the low heat processing method in particular, because high heat can destroy nutrients, and the better the processing method is, the more gentle it is in a way, the better it is. Now, there is no argument that the best type of colostrum is the one that you can drink fresh, but unless you own a dairy farm, that's probably not going to be in the cards for you. So Colostrum-LD is a great option in that regard, based on the processing method, based on the quality of ingredients, based on the fact that it's third-party tested for potency and purity. That's also important. We're going to talk about some of those quality factors and quality aspects of colostrum that you should look out for when you make a purchase decision, to make sure you get actually a product that has benefits and that doesn't just waste your money. But that leads us to the question, what does LD stand for, and why does Sovereign Laboratories process its colostrum in a certain way? Now, out of the box, fresh colostrum is protected by a layer of fat, or it has a lot of fat. That ensures that the nutrients can make it through the acidic environment that is the stomach, and it also helps with the absorption. However, during the processing, some of that fat has to be removed, and that lowers the bioavailability and the absorbability of colostrum. So Sovereign Laboratories has figured out a way to add another coating of fat, if you will, around the colostrum to protect it and to increase its absorbability and bioavailability. So LD stands for liposomal delivery. Lipo meaning fat, and so they add a layer of fat around it to help with the absorbability. Now, I would argue that if you can find a processing method that retains the fat from the original, from the raw colostrum, that's probably gonna be even better and more effective. But I haven't found a product that meets that criteria or that is made using such a processing method. Maybe we're gonna see that sometime in the future, but I think for now, liposomal delivery is a reasonable alternative to put some of that fat back and to protect or to increase the bioavailability and absorbability that would be lost otherwise. I also like about Colostrum-LD that it's third-party tested, so you can be sure it contains what it says on the label. It's non-GMO, obviously. The powder tastes good. It's available in different flavors. You can get it as vanilla and unflavored. You can also get it in different formulas, one for adults, one for kids, and they even have one for pets. I'm going to talk about that later a little bit because we also use colostrum for our German Shepherd. The good news is that regardless of what version of formula you choose, it's pretty much the same product and the pricing is the same. It's just the packaging is a little bit different. I believe that the pet and the kids version is just plain instead of flavored. But you know, they obviously might change it over time, and so that statement might not be correct anymore by the time you watch this video. But the bottom line is it's always the same product. So for example, we got the bulk pouch, the big one, the adult version basically, but we have fed it to our kids and to our dog because it's the same product in the pouch, regardless of what formula you choose at the end of the day. Now, one of the potential issues with any dairy product is lactose. If you're lactose intolerant, if you have sensitivities to milk sugar, that is lactose, then colostrum might trigger a symptom. It only contains residual amounts of lactose, and Sovereign Laboratories actually added lactase, an enzyme that people with lactose intolerance are typically missing or don't have enough of. So to counteract the possibility of having any sensitivity issues from the lactose. So most people should be okay, but if you're hypersensitive to lactose, then you might get triggered by the residual amounts that is in colostrum. And that's important to know. Now let's talk about potency, because that's important with any colostrum supplement or any supplement in general. And colostrum in particular has to have a certain amount of micronutrients, including immunoglobulin G or IgG, to be effective. And it also has to be harvested within the first 24 hours, because after that period, the colostrum or the first milk transitions into what's called, well, transitional milk, and then ultimately, you know, the regular milk that you would buy in the store. And with every step, the benefits are gonna get fewer and fewer because the micronutrient density goes down. And so it's important that you collect the colostrum in a timely manner, and Colostrum-LD is collected within the first 24 hours, so you get the most nutrient dense and nutrient packed colostrum there is. And the company also ensures through third-party testing that their colostrum contains 25% of those immunoglobulin Gs. It contains 1.5% lactoferrin, that's important for iron absorption as well as for immunity. It also contains 1.5% growth factors and between 3.5% and 5% colostrum peptide. So all of these micronutrients are the ones that deliver the benefits that I've initially alluded to and that I've talked in more detail on my blog post, so check that out. And so bottom line is Colostrum-LD has sufficient amount of those micronutrients to be effective. Now let's talk about side effects a little bit. I already mentioned that people with lactose intolerance might experience some minor discomfort despite the fact that the product also has lactase. So that's the same enzyme that companies add to lactose-free milk, where the milk isn't really free of lactose. It just has additional lactase to compensate for the fact and help your body digest that milk sugar. The other potential side effect is what's known as a Herxheimer reaction. So you might experience some mild cleansing, especially if you use it to repair your gut. You know, it might help your body's natural processes to flush out some of the toxins, flush out some of the issues that you have. So you might feel that side effect for a couple of days until it subsides. I haven't felt any negative side effects from supplementing with colostrum, and neither have our kids or my wife, but that's always a possibility. As I mentioned initially, Colostrum-LD is available in different formulas, flavors and sizes, anywhere from 6 ounces all the way up to 32 ounces. Those are pouches, And depending on the size that you pick, you pay anywhere from around $40 to $180. And much like with most other supplements, the bigger bag you get, the cheaper it is in terms of cost per serving. If you get the 32-ounce bag, which is the one that we have at home, you pay less than $1 per serving. That's quite reasonable. Also, in regards to, you don't need to supplement with colostrum all the time, 365 days a year. We use it strategically, especially during the cold and flu season. I use it when I want to improve my exercise or athletic performance, when there is a tough period of intense workouts, maybe leading up to a competition or whatever the case might be, I supplement with colostrum. And we also have used colostrum with our German Shepherd dog. Come on, Ruby, come here. So he's our big dog here, and he has had seasonal allergies. Summer on the outside, we don't know what it is. It's not the food. Come up. Oh, good boy. And he got some colostrum as well. So we added to his feed. He really liked it, and it seems to have improved his allergy symptoms. So with that, we're gonna wrap it up. Again, Colostrum-LD is a great supplement that we use strategically during certain times of the year. It has proven health benefits, including improving athletic performance, helping with GI issues, especially leaky gut, improving your immune system or balancing your immune system. It has anti-aging effects by facilitating the growth and repair of DNA and RNA, and many other things. All of that I've covered in my blog post and also in my separate video. I'm gonna link that down below. Check it out. If you have any questions about supplementation with bovine colostrum or Colostrum-LD in particular, drop me a comment and I'll see you next time.